Hi there, and welcome to yet one more tutorial on function overloading in Java. So let us take a look at the question first of all. So the question goes like this: design a class to overload a function Joystring. So the function being overloaded here is Joystring in the following manner. So the first process of overloading is void Joystring, and parameters we've got string s, comma char ch1, comma char ch2, with one string and one string argument and two character arguments that let me move the cursor to the right side, that is two character arguments that replaces the character argument character argument ch1 with the argument ch2 in the given string s and prints the new string. So let me read out this statement once again. So the purpose of void Joystring string s, comma char ch1, comma char ch2 is to take one string argument and two character arguments. So you can see there is one string argument by the name of s and two character arguments called ch1 and ch2. So that replaces the character argument ch1 with the character argument ch2 in the given string and prints the new string. So say we have got a b c d f g h and character ch1 is a and ch2 is x. So all the occurrences of a in the string s will be replaced with x. So this is the purpose of this first function. They have given us an example. The input value of s is technalagy. So they have simply replaced the o with a, and ch1 we are getting ch1 as a and ch2 as o. So all the a's in this incorrectly written word will be replaced with o. So technology is going to become technology. So anyway, let us move on to the next program in the question. Void Joystring string s with one string argument that prints the position of the first space and the last space of the given string s. So in the first program on first function, that is Joystring, we've got one string and two character arguments, and in the next function we've got one string argument only. So void Joystring has one string argument that prints the position of the first space and the last space of the given string s. Example: cloud computing means internet based computing. So the first index of the space is at 5 and the last index is at 36. That means, so the first occurrence of space is at this index, that is after cloud, and the last one will be after D, between D and C. So this one's index is 5 and this one's index is 36. So in the first function there were three arguments, one of type string and two of type char, and here we've got one string argument only, and in the third function we've got one string argument and another string argument, that is both the arguments are there but they are of type string. So it says there are two string arguments that combines the two strings with a space between them and prints the resultant string. Example: Commonwealth and games. S1's value they have taken as Commonwealth and S2 is games, and by combining both we are getting, with a space in between, we are combining Commonwealth with games and we are getting Commonwealth games. And here they have asked us to use built-in library functions of Java. So let us take a look at the code that we have already typed into Eclipse and see how it's done. So first of all, we have created a class by the name of string overload. So in our question they haven't specified any recommended name for the class, so we can use any name as the class name. So we have taken string overload because we already have another program in our package by the name of overload, so we are not using that name here. The previous program in the previous tutorial it had the name overload, so in our this current program we are using the name string underscore overload because it involves string obviously. So the first function is void Joystring. So in the function, as we have seen before, there are two character arguments ch1, ch2, and first of all there is a string argument. So in string str, what we are doing is we are replacing ch1 with ch2. So there is a function called replace in string. So if we hadn't used library functions, it would have become a rather long-winded procedure. We would have needed to extract all the characters from the source string, and we would have needed to verify it whether they were matching with the string in question, that is the one that needed to be replaced, that is ch1. And if a match was found between the extracted character and ch1, we would have needed to create a new string by substituting ch2 in place of ch1. So that would have been the roundabout method of doing this program if we hadn't used the s.replace function. But as we are using the s.replace function to perform our task, it becomes a lot easier and less time consuming. So it is simply examining all the characters in the string, and whenever a match is found, say we want to replace a in the source string, like they have said, there is a word called technology. In technology there are two a's, one after one after n and another after l. So both of these a's are replaced with o and it becomes technology. So it is replacing ch1 a with ch2 o. So the values of ch1 and ch2 will be provided by the user, and after that it replaces this and it creates a new string object, and then it is then it is displaying the new string object str. So next we have got the second function. So in the first function we created a new string by substituting ch1 with ch2, as we have seen. So now let us take a look at the second function, that is Joystring, with one parameter s, string s. So in first is s.index of, so let us take a look at the question once again. It said that we needed to calculate the position of the first space and the last space in the given sentence. So in case of cloud computing, means internet based computing, we are taking the position 5, which is the first index, and 36, which is after based, it is the last index. So while testing out these programs, we'll be entering those sample inputs that have been given in the question, and this will give us the opportunity to test our code. So first, so what we have done is we are using the index of function in our program. So there is a function, there are two built-in library functions of string in Java. One is index of and the other one is last index of. So in case of this variable first, we can see that there is a variable called first here, which is of type integer, and it is used to store the value of space, the first occurrence of space. So we are taking the first occurrence of space and we are taking the index of that and we are storing it in first, this variable first, and then we are printing it in the next line. After this we are using this last index of function. So last index of prints the occurrence of the last character, the position of the occurrence of the last character included in the parenthesis. So you can see that inside the last index of, we have taken inside the parenthesis as blank space. So it will check all the characters in the string, it will examine all the characters in the string, and it will return the position of the occurrence of the last occurring space in the string. So in case of a sample input that is given in the question itself, so the last occurring space is between based and computing, and the position is, that is the index of this space, is 36, whereas the first index of the first space was 5. That is what it will be printing here, it will be printing 36. So if we take this cloud computing, means internet based computing, this sentence only, so as the first index it will print 5 and the last index it will be printed as 36. And once this is done, we can move on to the next function, that is, it is also having the same name, that is Joystring, but here we have got two parameters. So one of the parameters is of type string, that is s1, string s1, and the second one itself is also of type string, and we are using the variable s2 for the second parameter. And inside the function itself, what we are doing is we are taking s1 and s2 and we are combining them into one. So the way this is done is by concatenating S1 with S2. So when we are concatenating S1 with S2, we are getting a new string object. So this new string object is stored in str. So by concatenating S1 with S3, we are getting a new string. So here you can see that to separate these words with a space, we have concatenated S1 with space, and then we have concatenated this new word consisting of S1 and the space with S2, and now we are storing the resultant string object in str, and after that we are displaying str. So in our question it was clearly mentioned that we have to take string arguments that combines both of the strings with a space between them and prints the resultant string. So one simple way of doing this program would have been to simply concatenate them using the plus sign operator. It is a plus operator, but here they have said explicitly, they have mentioned in the question that we need to use library functions. So if we had used the plus operator, this would have been a regular application, not it would not have been an application of some library function, but instead we would have used an operator to achieve the same results. So as they have explicitly mentioned that we need to use library function, so for that very reason we are using the concat function. And using concat, we are first combining S1 with S3, and then we are performing the concat of S1 S3 with S2. So if we refer to our sample input for the third function, Commonwealth and games, this gives us, so S1 is Commonwealth and S3 is a blank space. So we are concatenating S1 with S3 and we are getting Commonwealth separated by a space, and after that we are concatenating this S1 with a space to S2, and then we are getting the resultant string object, which is Commonwealth games, where games is separated by a space from S1. So that is all there is to it in this program. So from the main function we are invoking all the overloaded functions. From the main function we are invoking all the overloaded Joystring functions. So this here is an object of this class string overload, and after that we are simply calling this Joystring with one string argument, first function, that is this string s with character 1 and character 2, with this one technology with a and o. So in the technology, this technology is being copied to this s, string s, and a is passed on to ch1 and o gets passed to ch2, and after that it takes this source string and replaces them with all the a's in the string with o's and gives us the resultant string. So we get technology as the result, as you have seen here, as you can see in the output. Next, next we have to call this overloaded function. So here we have to pass only one parameter. So we are passing this sample input that was given in our question. Cloud computing means internet based computing, and as we have predicted before, the first index of the space is at 5 and the last index is at 36. And next we come to the third Joystring function, which comprises two strings s1 and s2, and both of them will be concatenated, and we are passing Commonwealth and games like they have given in the this question, and the result will be Commonwealth games. So this is the result of all our operations. So there is no need of running this program once again, because we'll be getting the same kind of output. So I hope I have been successful, or I have succeeded in my efforts to explain this program clearly to you. And if you have any doubts at all regarding this program, please feel free to mention them in the comment section. So that's it for now, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, guys.